So when I was promoted to a senior consultant, I was ecstatic. All that intense overtime, travel, sucking up finally paid off. Then I joined a large tech company and my job level got bumped back down to that of an entry-level hire. Now, 6 years and 3 more promotions later, I can't help but wonder, did I waste 2 years of my life in management consulting? Let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeff. Come for the career tips and stay for the humble brag. The math seems simple. If I took the 2 years in consulting and added the time to my current job, I might now have a higher title with more perks, pay, and equity. Okay, maybe not that last part. So, did I waste my time? The answer is a resounding no. Putting aside the fact that job title and pay is a very one-dimensional way of looking at professional growth, this view is also missing all the other benefits I got during my time as a consultant. A wide range of exit opportunities, a network of professionals across industries, and an arguably faster career path with the skills I learned. And there is one skill in particular that has completely changed my professional life. It defines how I approach everything from ramping up into a new team to annual business planning. And that skill is effective problem solving. Bold statement, I know. Let's take a step back and provide some context. All consulting firms and most tech companies have something called case interviews as part of their interview process. A simple example being, profits for Noiseflix is down 20% year on year. Why? An oversimplified, correct way to answer the question is to first, break the problem down into parts. Profits equals revenue minus costs. Second, drill down each part by asking relevant questions to find more information. For example, what are the top 3 revenue and cost drivers in the past year? Third, use BLUF, bottom line up front, to summarize your findings. The 20% year-on-year decrease in profits is driven by an overhiring in the domestic streaming department, where revenue growth has been stagnant. We know this because of A, B, and C. That's easy for you to say, Jeff. You're a consultant. You know this stuff. Yes and no, because all I did was apply a framework I memorized specifically for case interviews. And although there are different frameworks out there, the steps you take to solve the problem are always the same. Define the problem and break it down into component parts. Gather relevant information for each part and summarize with an actionable recommendation. In short, preparing for case interviews and working on consulting projects forced me to adopt and internalize this framework mentality. And it has completely changed the way I approach problems. As a real life example, when I first transferred to the product marketing team, the sales director asked me what the plan was for the next year. Where do I even begin? Enter the Business Case Framework by Victor Cheng. This is free, by the way. I'll link it down below. Using this, I broke the problem down into 4 parts: customer, product, company, and competition. In this case, my customer is the sales team, and I needed to figure out things like, how is the sales team structured? Which pods are driving the most growth and why? Product. I mainly work on Google Ads, but can my projects benefit from involving related products like Google Play and Cloud? If yes, I need to reach out to those teams as well. Looking within the company, what marketing campaigns are we already running? Let's continue the ones that are working and stop the ones that aren't. What's the competition doing? Can I copy and paste one of their existing campaigns for a quick win? Does this framework guarantee a correct answer? No, there is no correct answer, but it helps me organize my thoughts in a very structured way and, more importantly, inform my next steps. I need to do some market research, ask sales for this information, ask my manager for this information, and reach out to these teams for additional support. A more relatable example, you start a new job and you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Use the same framework, break the problem down into manageable chunks, and tackle them one at a time by asking relevant questions. Who are my customers? What is the pain point for each customer segment? How does our product help them? Which teams can help me achieve my goals? What is the competition doing? Pro tip, if you are a new hire, the answers to those questions are also great talking points for one-on-ones with your manager. And I promise they'll be impressed with how structured your approach is. So do you need to go find and memorize a bunch of frameworks? No. In fact, I would argue that this business case framework can be applied to most problems you'll face at work. And with enough practice, the next time you come across a problem you've never encountered before, instead of panicking, you will fall back onto this framework mentality. Break the problem down, ask questions, summarize next steps. When I first started YouTube, I was overwhelmed. There were a million things I could do, so I busted out the framework. Customer, my audience. Product, my videos. Company, the Jeff Su brand, competition, other educational creators. After that exercise, I knew what my next steps were and I felt back in control. If you're still watching, download the PDF and try applying the business case framework to a problem you have at work. And let me know in the comments if it helped or not. See you on the next video. In the meantime, have a great one.